Catcher Tim Wallace supplied good offense and great defense for the Sioux here in Perth. Center fielder Bill Boyer has supplied power for Sioux City throughout the shootout. And pitcher Mike Pietnik, though throwing only one game, was impressive. The Toronto Gators come to the shootout on a mission. That is, win. The '93 world champions have power supplied by Bruce Castleman, whose 3-run blast closed the door on the Tireman, and speed by Chris Jones, who has one inside the park home run, along with a strong pitching staff led by Darren Zack. Can Mike Pietnik meet the challenge of Darren Zack, or will Zack take another victim? Because the Zack attack is back. Hello again from Conlon Farm Park in picturesque Perth, Ontario, as Trillium Community 10 brings you the championship game of the 1994 Perth Invitational Shootout. I'm Jerry Downs. We've gone through the preliminary and elimination rounds of the '94 Shootout, and now only 2 teams remain. The favored Toronto Gators needed to play only 1 game in the elimination round and defeated Brad Underwood and his extremely tired Owen Sound Tireman by a score of 6-0. The Sioux City Sioux are trying to capture the title the hard way. They've played 2 games back-to-back, defeating the Camrose Merchants 4-0 and the Ballston Lake Heflin Builders 2-0. Both teams have had their dance cards extended, but only one will have a final dance with the championship trophy. Now to the man who will call all the action for you, the championship team of Claire Porter and Ray Madden.
Thanks, Jerry. Well, Ray, this is the big one, and I think in a lot of minds before this tournament even started, a lot of people thought this would be the 2 we'd be seeing in the final.
Well, that's what I had figured. Sioux City with a lot of experience, top caliber international ball players, and the Gators, of course, world champions.
We get a look at the Sioux City lineup. Ray, I'll get you to carry them through the offense.
Well, we got Bill Boyer here, who's rated as one of the top players in the world. Very quick, great center fielder, hits with power as well as average. Mike Olson, also a lot of speed.
And stepping to the plate, one of the best fastball players in the world is Billy Boyer, handling center field for the Sioux. Batting down the seats, we're in for a big one here, guys. The Sioux against the Gators for all the marbles here at Conlon Farm. And the Zack attack is on the mound. First pitch. Called a little high, and I seen, well, Zack questioning Mr. Metcalf on that one a bit, I think.
Yes, he wanted to know whether that was too high. He thought it was a strike.
That did not look bad from where I'm sitting, but I'm just a commentator.
He's trying to get Boyer to chase a high one here, but Boyer's pretty selective up there.
Well, as Jerry was saying on the intro, this man can do it all. And not happy with himself on that one. And
no, he wanted to
back off.
He wanted to hold off on that one. It was ball 3, high and inside. Boyer's the type of hitter that you want for a leadoff hitter. He's very selective and good contact hitter and great speed.
Once again, the battery is Darren Zack on the mound. Big Bruce Castleman behind the plate. That a lazy pop fly out into the left field. That one's ate up by Terry Chalice. Good set of wheels by Chalice for the first out.
Now batting with 1 out, the shortstop, number 2.
I'll give you a look at the defensive lineup now for the Gators. Of course, as I was saying, the battery, Castleman behind the plate, Zack on the mound, Bendahand in at first for this contest. Lots of experience there. Smith, Jones, Rath round out the infield. Chalice, Payton, and Crawford on the defensive side on the green. And here we're back, Zack with the attack. That's a strike as Mike Olson, the shortstop, steps to the plate. Olson, strong ball player out of the college ball, I believe, Ray, and good all-around ball player.
One of the lower batting averages on this club, 285, which is not bad on most teams.
Played defense with the best of them, too, Ray. He's
great defensive player.
Excellent shortstop. He'll be followed by Mike Nichols.
And the Gators, of course, have a great defense as well, as you saw Terry Chalice pick off that last shallow fly ball. Not much.
Get a look at the man. The man with the delivery. That shot to the shortstop, and that one eats up Chris Jones. And we have our first base runner in Mike Olson. I think we'd have to give an E on that one, right?
I think so. That's unusual.
Now batting with 1 out.
We see here
right fielder,
hard ground
number
ball,
18,
but should have been a routine play here for Jones. He doesn't usually miss these. That one just didn't come up as much as he expected.
Well, I know these guys have been around, Ray, but a contest like this, I'm sure there's butterflies out there, too.
That's right. A lot of money on the line here and prestige as well.
Darren Zack brings it for the strike. And
Zack,
we know what the Gators think. They've talked to Firestone, the owner, and they've only come here for one reason, and that's to win this tournament.
Yes, they lost it last year in the final innings, so they want to change that this year.
Zack is bringing it. A little low inside, the pitch to Mike Nichols.
When you get a man on against Zack, he usually turns it up a notch, so we'll see what happens here. Good hitter at the plate, though.
Mike Nichols, the right fielder now in the batter's box. Swing and a miss.
Nichols carries a .437 batting average into this tournament, so you know why he's batting in the number 3 spot.
Not too shabby, not too shabby at all. A lot of that we'll see throughout the lineup. I believe John Iggy was saying the record is something like 66-5 now. I know leading in to the tournament it was a little lower than that, but of course they played a lot of ball this week. Swing and a miss. Nichols goes down to the K. That's the first one for the Zack Meister.
Zack is turning up the heat as usual.
Now batting with 2 out.
Timmy Wall comes to the plate. Ray, maybe, if not the top catcher, one of the top catchers. I know Bruce Castleman have something to say about that, but we've got 2 excellent catchers in this contest.
Yes, you don't get much better, and both great hitters. Wall has a .404 batting average coming into the tournament, and he had a home run in the last game to win it for Sioux City, so you can look for big things from him.
Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Guys like Wall turn it up a notch too, Ray, when they step into that batter's box facing the best in the world.
He had a good turn on that one. He didn't miss it by much. These fellows are not strangers. Zack and Wall have faced each other, I'm sure, many times in ISC competition.
Darren looks pretty comfortable out there. Here's the pitch from Zack. Foul back off of Zack.
Zack's bringing a little more heat than usual here. He doesn't just throw the high hard one. He can change speeds with the best of them, and we'll probably see more of that as the game goes along.
We didn't lose the cameraman there, I hope. Good shot of Tim Wall, the catcher for the Gateway 2000 Sioux City Sioux. Blocky catcher, looks like maybe a fullback.
You won't run over him at the plate without knowing you've been in a collision.
Better have your insurance paid. Zack now with the delivery. Pitch a little low, and the attempted steal.
Struck him out with a drop.
Steal doesn't matter. There's another K for Zack. Strikes out 2 of the 3 outs. First out, a fly out to left field.
In the top of the first
1 error in the inning.
No runs on no hits.
Get a look at Mike Olson.
1 Toronto error and
No runs, no hits on 1 error for Toronto. And I mean for Sioux City, no runs, no hits. 1 error made by Toronto. We'll get into this one yet, right? And coming to the bat now, the Gators. Used to being the home team on the bottom here, and they kind of threw me off a touch. Get you to take us through the Toronto lineup here, Ray, as we get a look at the offense for the world champion Gators.
We have Brian Patton in center field, veteran of national team play, great leadoff hitter. Chris Jones, also a great second place hitter. Shortstop Adam Smith, second baseman, will come any better than him. Bruce Castleman, great power hitter. Catcher Don Burnett, DP. Bobby Rath, third base. Craig Crawford, great young player. Right field. Mark Vandehan, veteran at first base. Terry Chalice, great left fielder, good hitter. Darren Zack pitching, of course, not hitting.
Well, we see Joe Simoni on the mound for this contest. And we'll run through the defense behind Simoni. We see Wall handling the catching duties. Blake at first. Van Ginkel, the second baseman. Olson, one of the better shortstops around. John Iggy, Mr. Fastball. John almost like a father image of a lot of these guys. In the outfield, of course, Boyer in the middle. On his left, we have McNaughton, and on his right, Nichols. Lots of speed out there on the green for the Sioux City Sioux team. And now we'll get a look at the offense for the Gators as Brian Patton steps to the plate.
Not many holes in that Gators or the Sioux City defense. Great defense out there, anchored with Boyer in center field.
And another good center fielder, Brian Patton, leads off now for the Gators. Simoni looks in for the signal from Tim Wall. Piechnik, possibly thought maybe you'd see him start this, but I understand Piechnik's been on a plane out of here. These pitchers have hectic schedules. Piechnik not overly healthy neither. Talking to John Iggy, Ray, he's had some back problems. Pitched one game and a couple innings, I guess, this weekend. But,
yes, I was hoping to see him in this game. He pitched well in the last game, and he's always been a great pitcher. It would have been a great battle with him against Zack.
For sure. I never get a chance to see him this weekend, but on the mound, Joe Simoni.
Simoni has carried a lot of the load this weekend for Sioux City, so it's going to be interesting to see how far he can go here against the Gators.
Here's the pitch. A little high. Simoni trying to get comfortable out there in the slab. A lot of pressure on these guys because I know, talking to Johnny Iggy, he wasn't happy with last year's performance, and he'd love to take that trophy home. Tempted bunt, popped up behind. And on the Toronto side, they weren't happy losing in that final. So both these teams want this one bad.
Yes, they've got something to prove here. The Perth Invitational has become one of the prestige tournaments. So both teams would love to win that tournament, the trophy as well as the money.
Simoni looks in for the signal. Patton at the plate. That ball deposited into center field. Not a problem, though. Boyer locks that one up.
Center fielder to center fielder.
Nice line shot into center field for
Now
Boyer.
batting with 1 out.
Patton got good wood on that one, or good aluminum, we should say, and hit a line shot to center field. Patton is a great contact hitter, and that's what he was trying to do in that situation.
Shortstop Chris Jones steps to the plate. Second man in the order. And part of that mid-infield, that strong mid-infield of the Gators, tries to slap at it. Strike one. See a lot of that slap stuff going on, Ray, especially with your left-handed batter. Right-handed batter, not any benefit to you at all. But
yes, it's called slash and dash against this type of pitching. Some of the quicker players will try to get a running start and slap the ball in the infield. Hope they can beat out the ground ball.
Yeah, she's a game of semi-seconds, and that can be the difference. That pitch a little high, evens up the count at 1-1. Simoni on the slab, and the pitch. Pop fly. Looks like Olsen will lock that one up. Shortstop Olsen does, and that's 2 up, 2 down. Game moving right along.
So far, Simoni has mixed his pitch as well, kept them off balance.
Adam Smith.
Adam Smith, I'd have to say one of the best second basemen possibly in the world, not just Canada, Ray.
That's right. They don't come much better. This guy can hit for average, for power, and he can run like a deer.
And I've seen some defensive gems turned by Adam Smith and his counterpart Chris Jones in the mid-infield. That pitch foul back off the screen.
Yes.
John Iggy grabbed that one, but you're not going to get any credit for it, John.
Smith is like a vacuum at second base. There isn't much that gets by him there.
And a good look at Simoni. Not a big man, but he's off to a good start here. Keeps that one low outside.
Again, Simoni will have to keep the ball out of the heart of the strike zone. He's moving it around well so far. You can't afford to make many mistakes against the lineup the Gators have.
Simoni's pitch. Definitely keeping it down. The last 2 pitches. Pitches that wouldn't cause a whole lot of damage. And there could be some damage caused, though, by the man in the on-deck circle. That's Bruce Haas-Castleman.
Yes, a lot of the Gators will hit the mistakes a long way.
And speaking of that, it looks like a foul ball, and he hit that one a long way, right?
Yes, Smith has home run power, and he can take it to left center field. I've seen him do that several times. And
Adam Smith, the second baseman for the Toronto Gators, world champion Toronto Gators. According to owner Firestone, he wants the world championship and next this tournament here. So It's out in front of the men. Simoni comes up with his first K. 3 up, 3 down.
Great change of pace pitch here.
For Toronto,
And he's going to have to do lots of that to keep the Gators off balance.
No Sioux City errors and no runners left on base.
And look at Simoni's last pitch for the K.
Changes up on him here, and the bottom falls out of that pitch.
And another shot of some of the crowd here. A good crowd out for the final. It's been a good weekend, really, Ray. The weather's cooperated, and we've had a heck of a turnout here at Conlon Farms.
Yes, as usual, a great place to watch ball, and the weather's been great.
Well, chatting with Neil there just a couple games ago, he's got a big smile on his face. Really happy with the turnout of this one. And who wouldn't with the caliber of ball we've seen here at Conlon Farms this weekend?
Yes, certainly there's been some great ball. There's a lot of things going on around the valley, which makes it difficult. But if you want to watch good fastball action, this is the place to be.
Coming to the plate here, Ray, is one of the nicer gentlemen in fastball. Johnny Iggy, I was talking to him just before the game. I traveled with the Sioux last year. Just a class act, and he's put a class team together, too.
Yes,
good to see Johnny back.
Played a lot of years, and he's certainly the veteran in this game.
And he can still play the game.
Great third baseman and very good hitter as well. He won't get fooled on many pitches.
John Iggy, the third baseman at the plate. Zack looks in for the count or sign from Castleman. Swing and a miss.
Got him to chase a high, hard one there.
James Blake on deck. Take a look at Mr. Zack, the best right-hander in the world. Now the pitch. That ball deposited down the line. Foul, just foul.
Good piece of hitting there by Iggy, trying to go with the pitch, take him to the opposite field.
And you'll see a lot of that with these better ball clubs, Ray. They'll go with the pitch rather than try to.
That's right. When facing this caliber of pitcher, you have to just make contact, go with the pitch rather than trying to pull it.
Zack with the delivery now, and Iggy fouls that one back. John Iggy battling with Darren Zack. Right here we have two of the best fastball players in the world. Quite a confrontation.
And he gets him with the off-speed pitch.
Not a whole lot of complaint from John on that one. He was tempted to swing, and I'm not sure if that was a called strike or a swinging strike, but it looked like it was in the zone.
Combination of both there. It looked pretty good.
That's 3 Ks in a row for Darren Zack.
Zack is getting warmed up.
James Blake, the first baseman, now comes to the plate. And the sun has gone in a bit here, Ray, too. Makes it a little more comfortable for the players. It's been pretty hot here this afternoon, and
yes,
we'd like to see them be able to give their best. And there's a gentleman there that's certainly going to give his best because he wants to get back after that. This guy doesn't lose too many games, so you had better get him mad.
That's right. He got thumped in the final innings last year by Seattle, so I think he's here to make amends.
Never seen Darren Zack really get mad neither. He's a pretty easygoing guy on the slab, and it's very important with a pitcher. You don't want to get rattled, and he doesn't usually have very many occasions where he does get rattled.
That's right. He doesn't just try to blow it by you. He uses the change of speed pitch very effectively.
Zack now with the pitch. Really intimidating coming off that slab. He's a big man.
6'4", 295 pounds, and when he releases the ball, he's usually out of that 8-foot circle.
And you'd figure speed would be his best tool, but it's all his off-speed stuff. He throws all his pitches at, 3 or 4 different speeds, maybe even more than that.
That's right. 10 years ago, speed was his game, and he wasn't as effective. But in the last 5 years, he's become a complete pitcher, using the off-speed pitches a lot more than he does just the speed.
He's the type of pitcher that could tell you, I'm going to throw you 3 off-speed pitches, and you'd still strike out.
That's right.
Darren Zack on the mound for the Gators with the pitch. That gets away on him. Good block by Haas Castleman.
Blake has a .322 batting average coming in here, playing first base, and like most of the Sioux City batters, he can hit the ball.
Zack now with the delivery. Strike called. Mr. Zack sailing right along. 4 strikeouts in a row.
Now batting with 2 outs, the second baseman, number 12, Steve
James
Van
Blake
Ginkel.
conferring with home plate umpire Ted Metcalf on that last call.
He was asking if it sounded like a strike. He didn't see it.
Good point. Here's the pitch now to Van Ginkel, the second baseman. Swing and a miss. Darren's looking good out there.
Turning up the heat a little bit more than usual in the early innings here. He may be trying to set them up for more of the off speed later on. Or he just wants to get this over in a hurry.
Here's the pitch. Strike 2 on Steve Van Ginkel. Patrolling second base for the Gateway 2000 Sioux.
Van Ginkel also has a .322 batting average.
A lot of high averages on this Sioux team.
They may be a little lower after Zack gets finished with them this weekend.
Yeah, they could go down a touch. Big crowd here for this championship contest. That's what the weekend's been all about. And as we said at the start of the program, these were the 2 teams I think that the biggest majority thought would be here. But during the weekend, there was some strange goings on, and there could have been some upsets.
Yes, a good young Owen Sound team. Very tough, and they hung in there and won some ball games where most people probably didn't expect them to. A little help from veteran Brad Underwood.
And now here's the release from Zack. A couple other clubs, excuse me, Ray, where the Campbell Thunder surprised me this weekend.
Well, they've got a lot of talent on the team. Unfortunately, they had a couple of breakdowns in each game that cost them dearly, defensively and offensively on the base pass.
And Boston Lake, another team that were certainly a surprise, I think we'd have to say. Another K for the, I guess he'd be the K-man tonight, the KZ man. That's 5 in a row for Zack.
Zack's trying to do something about that, those high batting averages the Sioux City team brought in here. And he's certainly having an effect.
He's making a mathematical adjustment. So, halfway through the second, score remains 0-0, and lots of stuff going on in Perth.
Perth
we
Park
see somebody
here.
cooling off. That's refreshing just to watch, right?
Yes, they may want to move the ball games over there.
I hope that's not the mother. She should be watching. And some more of the goings on around Perth. That's some pretty good scenery.
Some of the fans taking in the action here.
Another youngster. It's one big part of the Perth tournament. You see a lot of young ones around and lots of stuff to do. A dunk tank down there, a batting cage.
That's the idea. Family-oriented fun.
Yeah, basketball, hoops, and I believe that young gentleman's in the batting cage. The Sioux City Sioux helmet he's got on there.
He may be coming in to pinch hit here if they keep having trouble with Zack.
If they've got a monitor down there, maybe he's going to pick up on what Haas Castleman's doing at the plate here. This young girl's going to try it. She's going to believe in herself. Bruce Castleman, the catcher. The part of the dynamic duo.
6'1", 235-pounder out of Winchester, Ontario. Castleman launched one in the last game, hit the fence on the other diamond, so Simoni doesn't want to take any chances with him.
Well, another one of the local content on this World Champion Gators club.
Yes, Bruce out of Eastern Ontario, played many years in Williamsburg and Ottawa, teams in the Valley here before signing with the Gators.
Don Burnett, also a local, I think.
Yes,
right?
out of Ottawa many years with Ottawa Turpin, Stittsville. Don has moved to Toronto in the last couple of years.
Big Bruce Castleman stands to the plate. Simoni's delivery. That's deposited into right field.
Castleman showing his power again to all fields. He can take you deep in any part of the ballpark. And he's not...
Very patient, too, Ray, at the plate.
That's right. Castleman's not particular. He'll hit the ball wherever it's pitched.
Got his pitch there.
Despite his power, he doesn't try to pull everything, and he'll hit the long ball to any part of the park. He likes to use it all.
Have a runner, Rob Weatherall, stepping in to do the running. He's a speedster. Does play some outfield. I think when Patton was injured, we've seen Weatherall a lot in center field.
Yes, that's one of the advantages Toronto with their depth. They have some runners they can bring off the bench for the big men like Castleman and Burnett after they've done the damage with the bat.
As we're saying, Don Burnett, one of the local content also here on the Gators Club. Squares to bunt. Trying to move Weatherall over. It could be a 1-0 contest, this one. So every time you get somebody out there, you want to try to advance them.
Yes, even the big hitters in the middle of the lineup have to be able to put the bunt down in this game and move them over.
Don Burnett, most likely not noted for his speed, but they just want him to move that runner. And a good play by
excellent bunt, and the first baseman made an excellent play, letting it roll foul.
Certainly wasn't going to let it go back the other way, because as soon as it went on the foul side of the line,
that's when he
James
touched
Blake wrapped her out of the way. Good attempt by Burnett, though. Not trying to hide the bunt at all. They want to move that runner, Rob Weatherall.
That's right. It's a sacrifice, so they're not fooling anybody. It's execution that counts here.
That ball dumped into left field. Another foul ball off the stick of Don Burnett.
Yes, Burnett, even though he has a lot of power, often hits the ball to the off field as well. He'll use the whole park and has the power to hit it deep in the to the wrong field, which sometimes fools the defense.
Roddy Weatherall on at first base. Comes the pitch now. Another foul ball. Burnett with quite a bit of fastball experience, Ray, and you can see him at the plate now.
Yes,
battling.
He's been on the national team a few years back when he was with the Ottawa Turpan and Stittsville senior clubs.
And Simoni now steps to the slab. Gets the signal from Wall and the pitch. Hits the target. Burnett goes down to the K.
Great pitch on the outside corner. Painted the corner with that one. Wasn't much Burnett could do other than hope that he got the call from the umpire.
The third base.
Yes, Tim Wall didn't have to move the glove too much on that one as Simoni paints the corner.
Perfect location. He couldn't have put it in a better spot with a hitter like Burnett.
Bob Rath comes to the plate, handling third base duties with a runner on first and one out. Roddy Weatherall, the runner at first. Good set of wheels there, and they'll most likely still be trying to move him.
Yes, because they've got so many good hitters coming up. But any one of them can drive him in if they get him to second base.
That looks like Rath swinging away, right? That could change at any given time,
They might go to a hit and run situation here as well.
It's
a lot of speed on the bases.
Bob Richardson, the field manager. That's foul back. Rath swinging away.
I believe they had a hit and run on there.
Yeah, Weatherall was out pretty quick. Doing some landscaping down there so he doesn't trip on anything.
If he can hit one in the gap here and the runner has a start here, he could score all the way from first.
Simoni now with the delivery. That's foul back by Rath. Get lots of battlers on this Gator club.
There's no easy strikeouts on this club.
Gotcha. Simoni with the delivery. Wall thinks about going down to first, but Weatherall back in a hurry. Bob Rath, the third baseman, battling with Simoni. Simoni on the slab for the Gateway 2000 Sioux City Sioux. Swing and a miss.
And he got him with a good pitch down and in.
Well, Simoni's impressed, Ray.
Yes.
I've seen Simoni throw the last game against these same Gators, and different pitcher in this one to this point.
Yeah, he's really, his pitch selection has been excellent here, and location has been good. Crawford, a good young hitter here, still junior age, a great young catcher, and really quick, good hitter as well.
Patrolling third base, or sorry, right field for the Gators in this one.
Yes, he's very versatile, very fast.
Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Well, traveling with Camrose, Ray, a lot of the guys talking about Simoni, like thinking pretty high of him. So I think he's maybe showing us right now what he can do.
Not a big man as pitchers go in this game, but he's certainly good mechanics and lots of speed when he needs it. Good control.
Spots that ball around well.
Good location on most of his pitches, and that's what he has to do against this club.
And I'm sure that Sandman, he'll be ready to come in if he has to. Pete Sandman, the experienced pitcher on this club. I'm not sure of the years experience with Simoni. Simoni having a good outing here, though. Swing and a miss on the rise.
Yes, got him to chase a high one.
Well, that's 3 strikeouts in a row for Simoni, and of the outs, that's the last 4 outs have been on a K for Simoni, so both pitchers moving along rather well, right?
Very impressive. Simoni is showing that he can throw it hard out there as well as change speeds.
Sioux City 0.
Well,
0.
after 2, we see the score, 0-0. 1 hit for the Toronto Gators and 1 error also, but the Sioux are zeros all the way across as we look at the blue sky in the Perth Water Tower. Just a great set of weather, I guess I'll call it, for this final, and another good look at this Conlon Farms complex. Just a beautiful spot to be on a Sunday afternoon with 2 of the best ball teams in the world. Yeah, I hope this
as Ernie Banks would say, this is the day when we should play 2.
This lady here, I hope her husband isn't on one of these teams. Would be very disappointed. She's gone for a nap.
Augustine.
That could be one of those Salmonex commercials. And what are you doing with a rainbow, or with a rain umbrella? Rainbow. It's just the colors in that one. I guess it got me.
I think that's the sun umbrella today.
Jim Augustine comes to the plate. He's the designated player in this contest.
And he's got a .314 batting average coming into the tournament.
Good athlete is Jim. Strike called as Zack brings it. Nice cool breeze kind of coming out now, which
yes.
I'm sure Darren Zack will appreciate.
Great weather for fastball right now. It's warm, but not too sunny.
That one gets away a bit on Mr. Zack. Augustine at the plate. Darren Zack goes to the Rosenbag. And Bruce Castleman flashes a signal to Zack. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss.
Got him to chase a drop down in the dirt.
Well, it's really a battle for these guys when they come to the dish to face Mr. Zack.
He's pretty intimidating out there.
Having traveled with a lot of these ball players on the Sioux City Sioux in my trip with healthcare 2 years ago, and then with the Sioux last year, they come up here though for this kind of challenge. They're up for it, and Darren Zack certainly up for the challenge too out there on the mound. Strike called. That was a nice pitch.
Yes, change of pace again. Got him looking.
And you don't like to see your batter sitting watching one of them.
Fielder number 6.
Zack showing again why he's such a great pitcher, not just relying on speed, but great changeup.
6 in a row for Mr. Zack. Bud McNaughton. McNaughton in left field.
.320 batting average coming into the tournament.
Another good athlete, but I think you could go through all these teams and say another good athlete, because
yes.
Usually when you get to this, a lot of these guys are 2-sport athletes.
And Zack just gave him another off-speed pitch, outside corner.
Bud McNaughton now steps in to face Darren Zack. Z-Man with the delivery. That's fouled back into Haas Castleman's hand, and he felt that one.
Yes, drop ball here, and off the bat. Stung the catcher.
Gotta hurt. Darren Zack once again goes to the Rosenbag. Ball looks small in that big hand.
Everything looks small besides Zack.
The best right-hander in the world, on your screen there right now. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. And another K.
He put some heat on that one. Again, had him maybe looking for a change of pace and blew it by him.
The center fielder, number 19.
Do you think that Mr. Zack has maybe dug down a little bit in this one, Ray? He's certainly in control here.
That's 7 strikeouts in a row, so he certainly seems to be in control.
And McNaughton swung under that one. Back to the top of the order. This should be a confrontation. Bill Boyer and Zack on the corner.
Yes, this is a tough out. Boyer is one of the, if not the best all-around fastball player in the world at this time.
A lot of people I've talked to say he is, and we'll just see this confrontation. Swing and a miss. He got a touch of that one. I think he fouled it off into the glove, Castleman.
He touched it. That one had to be up there in the 95 to 100 mile an hour range.
Billy Boyer. Slide out to left field in his first trip. Swing and a miss. 8 in a row. He's mowing them down, Ray.
Looks like he's warmed up.
Or Sioux City in the top of the 3rd inning.
Well, we're halfway through the 3rd. Still no score. Another look at that last strikeout on
Boyer, who is
Billy Boyer.
A great contact hitter here. It gives you an idea of how good Zack is when he can blow it by guys like this.
Different view for us. We're right behind the backstop. Mind you, it's a great location to watch ball. You're one of the celebrities of the valley. Johnny Halpin and the wife out watching
great
some
old ball player from Smith Falls.
Yeah, I often said when Johnny was playing with us in permanent concrete, I hope I'm in the shape that Johnny's in when I reach that age, but I wasn't then and I'm not now.
Johnny's in better shape than a lot of 25-year-olds.
Yeah, better than the average 70-year-old Swede or whatever it was.
Mark Bendahan.
Umpiring this contest, lots of experience. 11 years in total of Fastpitch shootout here in Perth for these 3 guys. Ted Metcalf behind the plate's been here all 5 years of the tournament.
Metcalf's a local boy, Almond, Ontario, one of the premier umpires in the Eastern Ontario in recent years.
Les Novak also at first base. He's been here 2 years, but with the miles that he puts on, Ray, he should get credit for a couple more. And
right,
Al Canton. Al Canton at third base with 4 years here at the Perth Shootout. That's a long ball. We see why Bendahan is in that lineup. First pitch hitting. And that's a big tripper. He got all of that one, I think.
He's usually one of the spares for the Gators. It gives you an idea of the depth on this team. He's a pitcher and part-time first baseman.
Well, he got all of that one. That might have been on the other diamond.
He could have saved half of that one and had a double.
Let's get a look at this one. He got her all.
This looks like a typical Bruce Castleman home run here. He launched this one.
Yeah, you could tell off the bat that, hey, not a chance. That one's gone.
These are big parks here, too. It's not easy to hit the ball out of here, but that one would have been out of any park, maybe even Algonquin.
Mark Bendahan, we got to look at a very happy first baseman. 1-0 now. The Gators have taken the lead.
He may get to play first base more often if he does that a few times.
Certainly got a hold of that one. Terry Chalice now comes to the plate. He's a left fielder. Good set of wheels.
Yes, this guy can also hit for average as well as power and great speed.
Throughout this Gators lineup, there's not too many breaks for a pitcher. That ball deposited into left field, but locked up by McNaughton for the out. Back to the top of the order. We're back to Patton, Brian Patton.
Center fielder, number 21.
Yes, with the Gators lineup, it doesn't get any easier. You have the 8th hitter hit a home run on you, and then you're back in the top of the order here facing Patton, who's one of the great hitters in Canadian fastball.
Well, Brian Patton flied out to center field, his counterpart. Billy Boyer locked him up in the first at bat of the contest. Simoni now looks in for the signal from Timmy Wall behind the dish. And the pitch.
And
another ball
shot
deposited into right field.
I think the Gators have their bats going. Mr. Simoni is in a little bit of trouble now.
Well, Patton got a good piece of that one.
Now batting
Hit it right on the nose.
The shortstop.
We see here Patton doing his thing here. Contact hitter, line shots in the gap. That's what he's well known for. That's why you have him batting leadoff.
Be interesting to see how long we'll go before we see Mr. Sandman.
I think they may have to get him in before long.
Chris Jones steps to the plate. Tries to slap one by John Iggy up there. That goes foul.
The old veteran wasn't coming in too close. He's seen that play before. You're playing third. You want to be cautious, see where the ball goes. Commit yourself too early, and a guy like Jones will slap it by you.
Chris Jones, excellent shortstop. Steps to the plate to face Joe Simoni. Simoni's pitch. And John Iggy comes up with a play. Safe at first.
Jones' speed avoided the double play here. Patton also helped him out with a good slide into the second baseman.
Good turn by Van Ginkel. Didn't miss that one by much.
Ball hit hard to the third baseman. Good throw to second. Patton slides into the second baseman here. Make sure he doesn't get a good throw away. Still made a good attempt, but Jones is very quick as well.
Good stretch by James Blake, but not in time. Here's the pitch now. The low one outside.
And another great hitter at the plate, Adam Smith. Contact hitter, power as well, and a lot of speed.
We could almost put ditto marks down this lineup, I think, Ray. That ball foul back behind us.
Yes, the Gators have added to their team this year. They've got more youth and speed, more contact, but lots of power.
They could almost throw a couple lineups at you, this team.
That's right.
Lots of depth. Joe Simoni will vouch for that. He saw them twice this weekend.
Yes, what they've got on the bench would make probably a runner-up at the All-Ontarios.
Simoni now with the pitch. Hit outside.
Trying to get Smith to chase something low and outside.
This is a very disciplined team, this Gators club. We've seen it throughout the tournament. But when you're that good, you wait for your pitch.
That's right.
Another one foul back behind us.
Came in on his hands that time. Again, Simoni still working the corners, which he knows he has to do. When he leaves it out over the plate, these guys will hit it hard.
Adam Smith gets the signal from Bobby Richardson, third base, field manager for the Gators. That pitch foul back.
That was a high pitch, a ball, but Smith wasn't taking any chances, fouled it off.
Peter Costin doing the coaching down at first base for the Gators.
A lot of experience there as well. Richardson was on the national team as a player a few years back.
Simoni's pitch. Swing and a miss. And we see why Mr. Wall is one of the better catchers in the world, Ray.
Super throw to second base, strikeout, and threw a strike to second right on the money to get Jones.
Toronto in the bottom of the third inning. 1 run on 2 hits.
Van Ginkel waiting for that one.
And 1 runner
or the
left
tag.
on base.
1 run for Toronto now on 3 hits and 1 error committed by the Gators. Sioux City still a pile of zeros there. No runs, no hits, and no errors. After 3, 1-0 the score. Bendahan, the difference in this contest at this point.
Yes, they're bringing Green in now for Bendahan at first base. Green also is a power hitter. He hit several home runs in the big North American Challenge tournament in Ottawa, so they're not losing much there, maybe gaining some defense, and still have a lot of power.
Ladies and gentlemen,
well, I'm sure field manager Bobby Richardson enjoys working his bench.
Final 50-50.
Yes, it's not too difficult with the lineup he's got.
$500.
Seen a shot of a young Heflin builder down there a while ago, and some more of the crowd here for the final here, 1994 Fastpitch shootout.
For Toronto, now playing first base, number 77.
Mike Olson will step to the plate. He got on an error by the shortstop in his first trip to the plate.
In the top of the fourth inning, the shortstop, number 24, Mike
Olson steps to the plate. Zack now with the delivery. Fouls that one back.
Olson brings a .285 batting average in here. One of the lighter hitters on this Sioux City team, but very versatile and great shortstop.
0 for 1, and I think we're going to see a lot of 0-fers in this one, Ray.
When you face Zack, there usually are.
Darren Zack gets the signal and the delivery. A little low, gets away on Castleman.
You'll notice you don't see Zack do that very often with runners on base. If he's going to waste one, it's usually when there's nobody on base.
Good point. Olson steps in. Pitcher of concentration. A little low.
Tried to get him to chase a change down the dirt here, but Olson wasn't having any of that.
Well, Mike Olson is a very disciplined ball player. I went on the tour with him last year, and he's a good one.
Got him to chase at that time. Change up low.
Looks like that off-speed drop.
It looks so good until it gets about 5 feet in front of the plate and the bottom falls out.
Must feel awful helpless standing in the box when he comes at you with one of those. And that breaks the streak of Ks. Long fly ball.
Craig Crawford picks that one off without any trouble in right field.
Now batting with 1 out.
Mike Nichols comes to the plate now.
18, Mike Nichols.
Mike started off that streak of Ks in the first inning.
Right, Mike had a .437 batting average coming in here, but it's dropped a little bit facing Zack.
And another 0-fer. Tries to put that one down.
Tries to catch Green unawares at first base with a bunt. Couldn't get the bat on that high pitch.
And Green, just another example of the strength of this Gator club. Foul back behind us. The depth just unreal in this Toronto Gators edition for 94.
Yes.
Mike Nichols.
Sometimes the Gators, when they bring them off the bench, they get better.
Swing and a miss. And another K as Zack gets back on the plan. Timmy Wall steps to the plate.
2 out. The catcher, number 10, Tim Wall.
Another look at that K for the Zay.
Nichols to chase the high hard one there. Great confrontation here. Wall, one of the best hitters in the world, facing Zack, probably the best pitcher in the world.
And that's a long ball into center field. Looks like Patton's under that one.
A routine, says Zack.
Well, they only 1 strikeout in that inning. Maybe he's losing it, right?
Well, he's got to let his fielders do a little bit of work.
3 up, 3 down. Yeah, you got to earn the checks too, eh?
That's right. They're getting bored out there.
Ladies and gentlemen, here is the lucky
3.5.
Number.
Still 1-0 for the Gators. The Gators coming to the plate.
9-2, 6-5, 1-3. 9-2, 6-5, 1-3.
All ages here at the park this afternoon.
Everybody checking their 50-50 tickets at this point.
$504 at the white souvenir tent.
I don't think that guy won.
On the first baseline.
Winning ticket, over $500.
Carol feels about the same as I do. I could use a nap right about now, but who would fall asleep in a contest like this? Well, handling the officiating, the balls and strikes, Teddy Metcalf behind the plate for this contest. Umpiring has been strong at this tournament. They have them from all over the place. And speaking of from all over the place, Les Novak handling first base. He comes in from St. Louis, Minnesota. Al Contant, a local, handling third base. He's been here 4 years. Les Novak, this is his 2nd year, and Teddy Metcalf been here every year for the Fastpitch shootout.
Al Content, I believe, is from the Spencerville area. Teddy Metcalf from Almont, so some local content from Eastern Ontario
Well, these guys, I think, look forward to it just as much as the ball players, Ray. This is a good opportunity for them to show their wares, too.
Yes, there's no doubt it's a class tournament, both for players and umpires.
Bruce Castleman now. So I'm going to miss.
Good off-speed
right
pitch.
field.
Trying to keep it out of Castleman's power range here. That's difficult to do.
Yeah, Bruce went with the pitch to right field his last trip to the plate. Simoni's delivery. And he deposits that one in left field. Takes a dirty hop. Good play by McNaughton on that one.
Bruce doesn't discriminate. He had a line drive to right field last time, a line drive to left field this time.
Likes to move it around.
Now batting, the designated player, number
Shot
39,
of Castleman.
Don
Castleman
Burnett.
gets this pitch down where he wants it inside, drills it to left field. Not much doubt about that one.
That brings to the plate Don Burnett, the designated player. He can do some damage. Struck out in his last trip to the plate, but who hasn't in this contest? A little low.
Yes, Burnett looking for something good here. With a 1-run lead, the Gators still might try to move him over, get a man in scoring position, give Zack another run.
Simoni steps off. Good luck at Joe Simoni, the hurler for the Gateway 2000 Sioux in this contest. That's fouled off. And Burnett not happy with that one, but he has to take it.
Pitch high and inside. Burnett was just trying to get out of the way, but it hit his bat.
Don Burnett will be followed by the third baseman, Bob Rath. Runner at first, Bruce Castleman.
Castleman runs well for a big man as well.
Good pick there by Wall. Pitch in the dirt. Burnett looks down at Richardson for the signals. Here's the pitch now. Simoni.
And Burnett got all of that one.
Ooh, that could be goodbye. Yeah.
Long gone.
Once again, the Gators play long ball.
They can play just about any kind of ball that you want to play.
There's the homer siren. 2 big runs. And with Darren Zack on the mound, a 3-run lead is pretty comfortable.
Simoni got this one up and inside on Burnett, just where he likes it.
Number 19.
And he got all of it into right center field. Not much doubt about that one.
So Bob Rath comes to the plate.
Castleman waiting till it goes out here.
Pretty happy Bruce Castleman. I'm sure Bruce would rather just lope around than have to.
Yes, he likes to do that. Only usually it's after he hits one out.
0 for 1 is Bob Rath. He struck out in his last trip to the plate. Simoni's delivery. And another one deposited into left center. It'll be interesting to see how long before we see Mr. Sandman.
Yes, Simoni is having his difficulties now. I think the Gators have found the secret. And they're really.
Now
Again, Rath gets one up on the zone here. Hits it hard to left center field. No chance for the outfielders.
Well, we see down the third baseline as we talk. Sandman hits to the green. He's going to do some throwing there with Sioux City catcher Kurt Martin.
Playing manager Iggy is going to stall for time here. So Sandman gets warmed up. Unfortunately, it may be a little too late.
Yes.
When you give Zack 3 runs, it's very difficult to come back and beat him. Although last year Seattle did it in the late innings.
Yes, the sleep might have come before Mr. Sandman got into the lineup.
Today's final 50-50 draw.
See John Iggy talking it over with Simoni, and I wouldn't doubt that shortly we'll see a pitching change here. And Crawford comes to the plate.
Yes, I think it's just a matter of time here. Give Sandman some time to warm up here. Crawford is also a very capable hitter, very quick on the bases.
Sandman, one of the best around in his later years as a pitcher, but he can still bring it. On the other end of the age spectrum, young Craig Crawford comes to the plate. Swing and a miss. Ooh, and a quick shot by Wall.
Another example of that great arm from Wall as he almost catches Rath here asleep on the bases. Got him off the base, almost picked him off.
He throws that ball to the spot, and Van Ginkel right on it. Close play. Keep them honest. Here's the pitch from Simoni. And that one's into right field.
Another line shot by Crawford. Gators are really having their cuts up there. They're seeing that ball really well. Simoni's not fooling anybody. Crawford gets a pitch up in the zone here. Simoni assigned that he's probably getting tired here. The ball's getting up on him, and the Gators are really teeing off.
Number 77, Bob Green.
Well, we got runners on the corners here, and Sandman still heating up down the line.
A lot of speed here. We'll probably see Crawford. Steal second here in this situation. There's a lot of speed there.
Runners on the corners. And that ball deposited right in the glove. That should be a run. And they cut that one off. Keep the runner at first, but not before the Gators get their fourth.
Yes, good play defense here by Sioux City as the infield cutoff man, Iggy, told by the catcher to cut it off. They had no play since they had no play at the plate here, so catcher Wall tells Iggy to cut the throw from the outfield to hold Crawford on first base. It's very important defensive play.
Here's the cutoff play, kind of textbookly done. The run scored. Bob Rath touches home.
As they had no chance to get the runner coming home, they want to hold that runner, the hitter, on first base.
Surprised they're waiting this long to bring Sandman in.
Could be an indication that Sandman's not healthy. He had an ice pack on his shoulder after the last game.
Terry Chalice flew out his last trip to the plate to left field. And Joe Simoni looks to the plate. That foul back by Terry Chalice, the left fielder. And as you said, Ray, Simoni does look a little weary out there.
Yes, I think he's tired. He's pitched a lot of ball this weekend. He's not a big man, and he's having trouble now getting the ball up in the strike zone too much against these hitters.
These Gators have a way of tiring you out, too.
They certainly will if you get it up in the strike zone.
And it looks like, well, I'm not sure if Joe's going out of the game yet. He's going back for one more. He's battling here with Terry Chalice, the left fielder. On at first is Craig Crawford. Bob Rath has touched home this inning. They opened her up here in the fourth.
Something the Gators have been known to do sooner or later with the lineup they've got. Takes excellent pitching. It would have been great to have seen Mike Pieknak, the left-hander from Sioux City, facing them in this game.
Good look at Terry Chalice. Chalice fouls that one back behind us. Our home plate cameraman's getting lots of work this weekend. And there's a gentleman there I think will maybe
he's had a lot of work this weekend as well.
Yeah. Maybe a little weary after this one. Simoni with the delivery. Not an enviable task facing this strong offense of the Toronto Gators.
Not after you've already pitched a lot of innings over the weekend as he has. And certainly it might be a different game if he were a little fresher out there.
And as you said, not a big man, so a little tougher on him. Safe at first, but they do get the lead runner. Crawford in at second.
Right, very difficult to get a lot of these Gators in the double play. They have a lot of speed.
Now batting with 2 outs, the center fielder, number 21, Brian Patton.
Back up to the top of the order.
Chalice takes the ground ball here to second base. Second baseman goes to shortstop for the out at second. Just misses the out at first base here on the attempted double play.
Here's the pitch. High and inside. Trying to keep Patton maybe off the plate a bit with that one.
A little message here. Simoni's been roughed up lately by the Gators. He may be trying to give a message here to their hitters.
Patton, sorry, 1 for 2. And John Iggy not able to handle that hot potato.
Yes, unusual to see John have problems with those, but when things go bad, sometimes they really go bad.
Now batting with 2 out, the shortstop, number 27, Chris Jones.
Jones advances to second here. Iggy gets handcuffed by a ball that wasn't hit maybe as hard as he thought it was.
Pitch inside. Runners on first and second. Chris Jones at the plate. 0 for 2. And we get the unassisted out at first by James Blake. And now the Sioux City Sioux have their work cut out for them, Ray.
Yes, they're in a big hole. It's going to be very difficult to come back against Zack the way he's pitching.
Big inning for the Gators. 3 runs,
1 Sioux City
4 hits.
and 2 runners left on base. After 4
on the total.
Play, Toronto 4.
4 runs,
Sioux City
7 hits,
0.
1 error, and no runs, no hits, and 1 error now to the Sioux City Sioux. We've played 4, and she's a long way back for the Sioux.
Going to be very difficult uphill climb here.
4 innings complete here in the final. And Darren Zack still throwing BBs. Well, once again, Ray, the Perth Fastpitch shootout's been nothing but class.
Yes, shot of the canal here. Some workers are earning their pay.
Set on the mobile. Where did we get this one, Shawner? After 4. I don't know if this means that they're opening the draw gates to get this one out of here.
Number 9, John Iggy.
John Iggy steps to the plate, playing coach. 0 for 1, struck out, as a lot of people have.
John would like to get something started here.
Swing and a miss. Gateway 2000, the sponsor for this year's Sioux City Sioux Club.
Zack blows a high, hard one by Iggy here.
High pop fly down the first base side. And taking over is Adam Smith for the out.
Good defensive play here on that type of a hit. It's usually easier for the second baseman to come over from the side.
Now batting with 1 out.
See here the ball, an outside pitch.
15, James Blake.
High infield pop-up, foul territory. Difficult play for the first baseman as it gets over his head. Easier for the second baseman to come in from the side and take it, and Smith called him off, made a good play.
Blake with the out. Or sorry, Blake at the plate now. Adam Smith once again picks that one clean. Off to the new first baseman.
Now batting with 2 out, the second baseman, number 12, Steve
Bobby
Van
Green now
Ginkel.
playing the first sack for the Gators.
As Green is good defensively, also swings a very powerful bat.
That's fouled back by Van Ginkel. Steve Van Ginkel handling second base duties. He's registered a K this afternoon.
Steve brings a .322 batting average in here, but like a lot of the Sioux City batters, his average has been dropping this afternoon.
Yeah, Mr. Zack sure don't let you fatten it up at all. Swing and a miss.
Chasing a drop in the dirt.
On deck, Jim Augustine, the designated player. Pitch a little outside. Here's our 10. Home for the weekend. And a good shot into left center.
Yes, he got one up in the strike zone. Zack left that one right in the center of the strike zone, something he doesn't do very often. And Ginkle, good piece of hitting, deposited into left center field.
Number 29, Jim Augustine.
I think that's the first hit for the Sioux City Sioux, right?
I believe it is.
There's an awful lot of K's on the board, but
good clean
Van Ginkle
single.
breaks up the no-hitter. Jim Augustine now hits one to the shortstop. Chris Jones, he takes that one unassisted. So it doesn't last very long.
No, Zack gets another ground ball.
No runs on one hit. No Toronto errors. And one runner left on base.
And the farther this one gets, the tougher it's going to be for the Sioux City Sioux. Toronto still with 4 runs on 7 hits and 1 error. Sioux City Sioux do come up with a hit in that inning, though. And it's 0-1-1.
Fans, currently in overtime, Italy 0, Brazil 0.
Look at our cameraman, our camera woman. Devin Mandeville, local girl. Doing a great job, Devin.
One of the many volunteers that make this tournament work.
There's another local girl. All sizes and ages here in Conlon Farm this weekend. She's having a good time. She isn't burned out, right? She's
no.
Still swinging the old cushion.
The younger fans.
Is that the safety bag? No, I guess not.
And we have Sandman in the ball game.
Well, I think we kind of thought that was going to happen.
Yes, unfortunately, it may be too little too late.
Yeah, give Sandman a chance to face some of these
Ladies and gentlemen,
Gators
defensive changers
sticks.
for Sioux City. Now playing right field, number 7, Mark Paulson. Now pitching, number 13, Pete Sandman.
Couple changes in the lineup. Paulson going to right field, and of course on the mound is Pete Sandman. Sandman, also one of the better pitchers in the world. He's, I believe, pitched with Pencor before they become healthcare. Had all sorts of records with Pencor. Now he's with the Gateway 2000 Sioux City Sioux. Get a look at him here.
And he's going to face a tough hitter here in Adam Smith.
Pete Sandman with the delivery. That ball right to the shortstop. Olson eats that one up over to first for the out.
And routine play, 6-3 here. Shortstop Olson handles the ground ball hit by Smith.
Number 23, Bruce Castleman.
Sandman has certainly come in here right in the heart of the order. He's facing some of the top hitters on the Gators team.
And traveling with these guys, Ray, I think they enjoy this this challenge. You know, if your record is what the Sioux City Sioux record was coming into here, things have been going pretty easy for them. So we need a challenge like this every once in a while just to shore up your game.
Well, he's certainly getting the challenge here as Castleman drives a hard ground ball into left field.
Castleman muscles that one by Olson.
Yes.
Olson really not with much of a chance on this one.
It was a good pitch down and in, but Castleman shows his power here, pulls it into left field.
So Bruce Castleman on it first. He scored one of the Gator runs.
And he's hoping Burnett will do the same thing this time, hit another one out of the park. Although that'll be tougher to do off Sandman, who keeps the ball down.
Burnett with the dinger the last time. Big Haas Castleman on it first, and the new pitcher for the Sioux City Sioux is Pete Sandman. Sandman with a little different delivery, Ray.
Yes, he's got more speed. Again, he's very smooth and comes right to the plate.
Almost kind of a pump handle wind up as he goes over his head. You don't see that a lot. Here's the delivery. That pitch fouled down the third base side. And Olsen under that. Johnny Iggy says, thanks, Mike. Johnny doesn't want to have to chase any more than he has to.
That's right. Olsen shows a lot of range out there.
Number 19, Bob Rath.
That's why he's got those young lads out there. Bob Rath now comes to the plate. 1 for 2, struck out and a double, and also scored one of the runs for the Gators. Here's the pitch.
Good drop ball.
Tim Wall doing a bit of a dance with Bob Rath there. Good sportsmanship too. You see Tim and Bob both getting a chuckle out of that one.
Yes, Haas Castleman wasn't going anywhere on first here. Haas is looking for another chance to trot around the bases here.
Yeah, I'd like to do it the easy way. Drop ball working well for Sandman, Ray.
Yes, that's his big pitch. Keeps it in the park. If he had been in the game a little earlier, the score might be closer.
Rath now steps in, plays Pete Sandman. Not a superstitious pitcher. We're in that big 1-3. And both the batter and pitcher return to their positions, and the delivery from Sandman. Ooh, that was around it.
Yes, looked like a high drop that time. He would like to just keep his team close here and hope that they can get their bats working.
Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss.
And he comes upstairs and blows it by him. Unusual for Sandman to go that high.
As you mentioned, you know, you just wonder, Ray, what would have happened if we would have had Mr. Sandman in a little earlier.
Yes, I think it would have been a closer ball game because he tends to throw a high percentage of drops, and it's very difficult to take him out of the ballpark.
Toronto 4.
Well, the score still
0.
4-0 on 8 hits for the Gators. They've scored 4 runs, made 1 error, and the Sioux City Sioux have broken that no-hitter for Mr. Zack, and also committed 1 error, but have yet to put a run on the board.
Not an insurmountable lead with a team like Sioux City, but very difficult against a pitcher of Zack's caliber.
And coming to the plate for the Sioux City Sioux, Bud McNaughton will start her off. No, Bud will follow Jim Augustine, the designated player.
Augustine hitting .314 coming into the tournament. Again, that's going to be a little lower today after Zack has struck him out, and
oh, we played 5, Ray. Crowd's still here, and I have to correct myself. It's not Augustine coming to the plate. It is Bud McNaughton. On deck is Billy Boyer. Looks a bit like Augustine, and I guess that didn't take too much to fool these bifocals today.
Leading off for
Looks like a tired lot of ball fans, Ray.
Top of the 6th inning.
Darren Zack sure hasn't shown any sign of tiring. He's been in control this contest.
yes, McNaughton has a strikeout previously.
You know, it's almost trite, but when it comes to the MVP in this contest, I think Mr. Zack might have that one wrapped up again, too.
It's going to be difficult to see anybody else out here. Although Burnett might have a few votes
with the long ball.
run.
It'll be interesting to see who comes out on top. Zack with the delivery.
Gets him to chase the ball down the dirt here. An off-speed pitch.
We're in the 6th inning here. At the plate, we have Bud McNaughton, the left fielder. Bud's another one of the guys that joined the K Club tonight.
And he chases another off-speed pitch in the dirt.
Zack just keeps you off balance so much you can really see it on the last 2 pitches to McNaughton there. That you're just guessing all the time.
Yes, he threw a lot of hard stuff earlier, and he does that sometimes to set them up for the off-speed later. And he gives it to him again. Squibbler down the third baseline goes foul.
Rath let it run foul and then made contact with it. Might have been a close play at first. Smart move by Bob Rath, even though they are up 4 runs. But
Zack might be setting him up for a high hard one here. He's throwing him 3 off-speed pitches.
McNaughton and Zack. Zack on the mound, ready for the pitch. McNaughton steps into the box. There's the man of the hour, Zack, with the delivery.
And he came at the high hard one inside.
Another K. That'll bring the top of the order back. Billy Boyer.
The center fielder.
Boyer's 0 for 2.
Bill Boyer.
And he's kind of evaluated as maybe the best ball player in the world, right? So we'll see what happens here. 0 for 2 in this contest.
He's a great one. He hasn't had a lot of luck today against Zack, but he's capable of breaking out at any time.
This is a good battle here.
Boyer has a 404 batting average coming into the tournament.
Off speed, swing and a miss.
Zack is setting up a pattern here. A lot of off-speed pitches, and then every once in a while he'll blow it by you.
Zack gets a signal now from Castleman. Strike 2.
Comes with a high drop there.
Don't think Billy Boyer liked that one.
Inside corner. Yes, they did this last game. Sador, a very capable pitcher also. Doesn't see a lot of action with Zack on the staff, but he can come in and finish it off.
And I think maybe a just reward for Sador to be in this contest, because he's been equal to the task when they brought him on, too. A good look at Sador warming up down there.
That's right. Mike's a very capable pitcher. He doesn't see a lot of action in tournaments with Zack around, but he's capable of beating most of these teams as well.
He'd be the #1 on a lot of clubs as Boyer grounds out to the second baseman, Adam Smith. That'll bring to the plate the shortstop, Mike Olson.
The shortstop, number 24, Mike Olson.
Boyer's speed made that play closer than it normally would have been.
Olson 0 for 1, reached on an error. 0 for 2. That one gets over the head of Green at first. Good set of wheels, and he's gambling, but he's dead at second, dead cold.
Tried to stretch a single into a double and paid for it. Crawford, good arm in the outfield. You see Olson takes him down the first baseline, a high hopper over the first baseman's head here. Good piece of hitting, but unfortunately he tried to be a little too aggressive on the base pass, and Crawford guns him down at second base. Crawford, a catcher, good arm, perfect throw in there.
No runners left on base.
Yes, and I think Mike Olson, when he made that turn and got halfway there, realized that he was out to dry.
He was just hoping that might be a bad throw.
Middle of the 6th, the score remains 4-0 in favor of the Gators. Sandman on the mound for the Sioux City Sioux. The Gateway 2000 Sioux City Sioux. They're one of our cameras bringing us excellent pictures. Martin Schwindemeyer on the scaffold. Okay, now we're back for the bottom of 6.
What was that name again, Claire?
You got me. The cells. Oh, excuse me. Some of the scenery here at Conlon Farm. And we're winding down here in the final.
Ladies and gentlemen, for
an excellent week of ball here
shortstop
in Perth.
Number 55.
Kind of strange, Ray. Perth not known for a fastball community, but for one weekend of the year, it's maybe the biggest fastball community in the area, maybe in Ontario.
Yes, great tournament here.
Right fielder.
Although there's no fastball being played in Perth.
Crawford, swing and a miss. Craig, one of the younger ball players in the Gators lineup. He'll be followed by Green, the first baseman, Bobby Green. Here's the pitch. High and inside.
Crawford is still junior age, 23 this year, one of the better junior catchers in the country.
Good shot of Crawford and the pitch. Swing and a miss.
Chases an outside pitch. Sandman very good at painting the corners.
Since entering the game, Sandman's been pretty well in control. Of course, maybe the Gators have lost a bit of the hunger. They're up 4-0. But Sandman is a quality pitcher, no doubt about that. Swing and a miss.
No question, he's one of the better pitchers around.
Real competitor.
Now batting with 1 out.
I've noticed with this version too this year of the Sioux, Pete seems to just be maybe a little touch better because he knows the quality of player he's got on the field. They've certainly added 3 or 4 ball players that made this team not only competitive but one of the best teams in the world.
That's right. That certainly helps the pitcher, gives him a little more confidence, and he can take a few more chances out there.
How you pick up guys like Wall and Boyer and Pieknik when he's able, and a good shot up the middle by Green. We see Sandman kind of simulate a ground ball fielding there, but the ball was by him.
Yes, Green here.
Now batting with 1 out.
Excellent hitting first baseman.
5,
takes a pitch right up the middle. Hits it back through the box.
See Peter, maybe he's trying to do the replay ahead of time there. Had the glove down. Big single. Driven up the middle by Green.
One for one.
Terry Chalice, 0 for 2. Fielder's choice in the flyout.
Chalice, an excellent hitter, although he's number 9 in the Gators order this year.
That one's to Olson. 2 seconds. Gets away at first, but Chalice will be satisfied with staying there. Fielder's choice.
We see the speed here of the Gators. Chalice very quick down the line.
Batting with 2 out. The center
Forces
fielder,
the defense here to make a bad throw. They get the runner going to second here.
Another view of it. Olson with the ball.
Green also makes a good slide in here, worrying the second baseman, but Chalice would have been hard to get.
We have a change at in the mid infield. Ray handling the shortstop duties now is number 55 Corey Lessman.
Yes.
And Mike Olson has moved to second base. To Olson for the out. 4-3. And here's the big one for the Sioux City Sioux.
That's right. They have to get something going here.
No runs on 1 hit. No Sioux City errors and 1 runner left on base.
The time running out.
6 complete innings of play. Toronto.
The Gators are maybe looking at 6 outs now, Ray, and this is 2 more innings for the Sioux City Sioux to get those 4 runs back. 4 runs on 9 hits and 1 error for the Gators, and Sioux City yet to touch the dish. 1 hit and 1 error. Another young lad spending an afternoon watching some good fastball here in Perth. And we get a look at the stands. I think maybe a few of them have left, Ray.
Yes, we have a few
Cameramen
people,
on strike, or
a few people assuming that the game has been won, and it might be a safe assumption with Zack still on the mound.
Leading off for Sioux City in the top of the seventh.
Craig Laws waving back there. Good job, Craig. Johnny Slick. Good job. Good job, guy. Hot dog. Who is that hot dog out there? Give him a microphone. Give him a microphone, Shane. Sean. Another shot. Some of the older fans here. Before we run out of time and don't get a chance to thank them, I'd certainly like to thank the guys from Scarborough coming down and making this a really enjoyable weekend. I know all of us at Trillium 10 look forward to this. The technology, excellent. Makes you feel like a real announcer, Ray.
Yes, this technology is certainly difficult to keep up with, but it makes the job easy.
Darren Zack still on the mound. Sador down throwing again on the first baseline.
I don't think Zack needs a lot of help here. He's still cruising along. 2 off-speed pitches here to Paulson.
Might be just a courtesy deal if Sador does get in, because Darren hasn't showed any
he
sign of
one
fall.
by him here.
certainly brought that one.
2 off speeds and then
Now
a
batting
little
with
bit of
one
heat.
out, the catcher, number 10, Tim Wall.
Lots of heat on this one.
Again, Zack sets him up here. 2 off speed pitches, and then he brings the heat on the 3rd one.
And a disappointed look on Mike Nichols' face.
And he didn't see much of it, but it sounded like a strike.
Swing and a miss for Tim Wall.
Same thing for Wall. Lots of heat.
0 for 2, struck out and a fly out. One of the better catchers in the world.
One of the best hitters as well, so Zack is not likely to let up on him.
Come over from National Healthcare when they took a year off. Rumors that we may see that club back together. Some business dealings to get straightened around. Tim Wall in the batter's box.
Well, it would be nice to see the talent distributed a little more and make for some more competitive fastball.
There's the ball deposited into right field, but not a problem for Craig Crawford and the wheels.
Crawford shows his versatility. Great
Now batting
catcher,
with
also
2 out,
great outfielder.
third
Lots of
baseman,
speed. Good
number
arm.
9, John Iggy.
Had a good shot at young Craig Crawford. And we
Crawford's out of Stouffville. Used to catch for them. Played for Waterloo and senior, and now with the Gators.
Well, John Iggy struck out and flied out. I think everybody in the Sioux lineup has most likely struck out at one time or another in this contest. Well, Mike Olson is yet to go over to the K. And that looks like the only batter on the Sioux City lineup that has not K'd.
Zack comes inside with an off-speed pitch.
And this should be an interesting battle.
A lot of experience at the plate here in John Iggy. Doesn't
Pitch a
chase a
little
lot of
outside.
bad pitches, so Zack will have to earn his money in getting this guy out.
Zack with the delivery now. Swing and a miss.
Good off-speed pitch. Pulled the string on it.
Burnett, yeah. I don't know
For Sioux City in the top of the 7th inning, no runs on no hits, no Toronto errors, and no runners left on base. The final
Ends it on a
summary
strikeout.
for Sioux City, no runs, 2 hits.
Okay, I thought we had another inning to go. I guess getting late in the weekend, Ray. But that's it. That's game over.
Zack style here. He ends it with a strikeout against one of the better hitters in fastball.
Darren Zack, the losing pitcher.
Okay.
Simoni.
The MVP here, there's a couple of candidates. We have Darren Zack pitched a great game, has got to be considered as MVP. Don Burnett, 2-run homer, also good candidate for an MVP choice.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough one, Ray. I guess it's the umpires that do the selection, and they've got a tough one to pick. And
While the votes are being counted here, and the MVP award goes to Zack. Not much
Ladies and gentlemen,
doubt about that one. You can't argue with it.
the game award.
that's tough. There's the player of the game and player of the tournament, maybe, Ray.
Another great outing by Zack. Typical Zack as he mows down the hitters.
Well deserved, and you have to give Donnie Burnett some credit. That long ball he knocked in too. A lot of guys in that Gator lineup, maybe MVP caliber, but let's face it, the Zack man is the Toronto Gators, and
That's right, they're an all-star team, but without the all-star pitcher, they'd have a little more difficulty. There's no doubt it's pretty difficult to beat that team when you have Zack going the way he was this weekend.
be interesting to see how that team would do with Sador too. I